Greetings, everyone. Guess what? On June 9th, the IRS announced a new standard mileage rate for the remaining of the year of 2022. Now, this change will affect business owners, freelancers, and honestly, anyone that travel for business purposes. Well, in this episode, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about this new standard mileage rate and how you keep track of it and take advantage of it for your small business. So, you know what I want you to do, right? Stay tuned. Welcome to Say Yes to Profits, a virtual CFO firm that helps consultants gain clarity, control, and confidence in their numbers so they reduce business taxes and build profitable million-dollar businesses. We exist to eradicate small business failure, so subscribe today, and as a result, we will make it rain money in your business. It is time for you to say yes to profits. Hello, everyone. I am Octavia, CEO of Say Yes to Profits, and welcome to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. Here at Say Yes to Profits, we help six-figure consultants manifest, maximize, and maintain profitable million-dollar businesses. So if that's something you want to do, you are definitely in the right place. So as I said at the beginning of this video, the IRS announced a new standard mileage rate for the remainder of 2022. So I'm going to deep dive into that in this episode. Before I jump into everything, you know what I want you to do. I want you to hit the like, subscribe, and share button right now, no matter where you're listening or watching this episode from. So what does this standard mileage rate have to do with your business, and how will it help your business? Well, here's the thing. At the start of the year, the standard mileage rate was 58.5 cents a mile for business travel. As of July 1st, the standard mileage rate for business travel will be or is now 62.5 cents per mile. That is a 4-cent increase from where we started from as of January 1st of 2022. Therefore, you're probably wondering, okay, now that this new mileage rate is in effect, how do I keep track of it? Well, I'm glad you asked. The very first thing you must do to keep track of this new standard mileage rate is to make sure that your accounting records and your mileage records are accurate and up to date at all times. Now, I recommend having a mileage log or mileage tracker for the first half of the year at the standard mileage rate that it was, 58.5 cents. And then having a second mileage record or mileage tracker. And later on in the episode, I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this. But having a second tracker at the new mileage rate of 62.5 cents. That is my recommendation. Okay. So now you're probably wondering, well, why did the IRS make these changes? Well, I'm pretty sure you have felt the effects of inflation and the high gas prices that are taking place right now in the US, right? I'm pretty sure you have. Well, what the IRS is now trying to do is counterpunch the effect that we're having in the US with high gas prices. So they're now creating this new mileage rate. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'm going to actually include this link in the description of this video or the comments, depending on where you're watching it from. But this is the actual announcement that the IRS made. On this announcement, it talks about why they made the change. It discussed the old rate versus the new rate for business, for medical, for moving, and charitable things. So you definitely want to click this link to find out more information on why they are making the change and how it's going to affect your business and your business travel, your taxes, and things like that. Okay? Moving right along. So the methods of tracking your mileage. This is highly important. And In this part, I actually provided you with 3 methods that you can use to track your mileage. So let's deep dive into those. So the first method to keep track of your mileage is to use a simple spreadsheet. As I stated before, use a simple spreadsheet and you want to identify the to and from or the start and end of all of your business travel on that spreadsheet. This spreadsheet can have, or you can have a workbook where you have 2 actual spreadsheets inside of it, one for the first half, one for the second half. Pretty simple, right? The second method is to take a picture of your odometer reader before you start each trip, and then take a picture of your odometer reader after you finish each trip. Pretty simple. The third method is to use an odometer app that will help you track your business travel, right? So on some of these apps, you can log on when you're about to travel and you can click start, and then when you're done, you can click end, right? That's pretty easy. Some of the other apps, you can turn it on and keep it on the entire time that you're in your car, and then later on identify what portion of that travel was for business versus whatever portion of that travel was for personal, okay? So those are 3 simple ways that you can use to track your mileage with this new standard mileage rate. Now, before we end this episode, I definitely want to briefly discuss the difference between the actual expenses versus the standard mileage rate. Here's what you need to know first and foremost. You cannot use both the actual expenses and the standard mileage rate. You got to pick, all right? When you use the standard mileage deduction, you also can't deduct individual expenses for your car. So let's say your brakes need to be repaired, you need a transmission, you need new tires, and all of that stuff that you have to do to keep your car up and running. Well, you may want to consider using the actual expenses instead of the standard mileage rate, because you may receive a larger deduction if you use your actual expenses. Okay. Another thing with the difference of the two, if you have a personal vehicle that you use for business and personal, you actually can't use the actual expenses. You have to use the standard mileage rate. All right. What I recommend that you do is to speak with your accountant to really get down into all of the business travel that you're going to do and which actual expenses versus standard mileage rate you should take that will benefit you come tax time. Which one is going to give you the biggest savings? Okay, that's what I recommend. If you have any questions or any comments, definitely leave those below and I will answer them or create a video answering them or audio answering your questions and your comments. Also, I cannot forget, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like, subscribe, and share button right now. That really does help me out. So go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And if you have yet to download the Say Yes to Profits plan, this plan will help you take your 6-figure consulting firm to a profitable $1 million business. We're in the business of helping you manifest, maximize, and maintain a $1 million firm. So go to sayyesToProfits.com/plan to download that plan today. Okay, sayyesToProfits.com/plan. This is Octavia Conner with Say Yes to Profits. Until next time, you know what I'm about to say, right? Say yes to profits today.